It was off to Rose City where we would meet with the biggest canoe rental owner in the county, and his name was, of course, Big Mike at Big Mikes Canoe Rental. Now, all puns aside, well, maybe one more, Big Mike promised us the best canoe trip with Michigan's largest canoe outfitter, Mike Dunn. We're just north of West Branch right now in Rose City, and we're getting ready to do a little bit of canoeing out on the Rifle River. Now, we've had you up here looking around the Rifle River recreation area before. We've seen the river, but we've never actually canoed it. We're going to try that out today. I'm with Mike Dunn right now, and Mike Dunn owns Big Mikes Canoe Rental. And we're just outside the recreation area, and just outside of Rose City, so it's easy for people to find.
Sure.
And you've got some nice canoe trips to go down the river then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We offer, we offer a 2-hour trip, a 3-hour trip, 4.5-hour trip. You know, we can accommodate anybody that has their own equipment. We try to do all vehicle spotting and that kind of thing. And then kayaks are just a huge thing right now. You know, we've actually had to go out and buy more this year because of the demand.
Really?
So yeah, and everybody likes to be in control of themselves.
Right.
I think that's why the kayaks, they've been going so well. So.
Should have a good time. What do you say we get started?
I love it. So let's go.
Well, we were off and ready for an exciting day on the Rifle River. We had canoes and kayaks supplied by Mike, and he was also helping a father and son team who brought their own canoe. Everyone was in a great mood in anticipation of this trip. Soon all of the canoes were in the water and we were ready to roll, or should I say paddle. The headwaters of the Rifle River are found in the recreation area, and in these largely undeveloped conditions of the park, the river holds designation as a natural river and is protected under the Natural Rivers Act. It's actually a pretty fun river to canoe down. There's logs in it, and there's branches hanging out all over it. People are running into the shore, so it's been a lot of fun so far. Let's ask Big Mike more about this great area. Well, Mike, we came into the recreation area, and you put us in at one of the campgrounds that's out here?
Yeah, that's right. We went in at the Ranch Campground, which is one of the rustic campgrounds here in the park. It's there's a lot of different kinds of campgrounds in the park, as you guys obviously know, and that one right there happens to be a nice little landing to put people in. We're
going to be going through the part that's primarily in the recreation area, is that right?
That's correct, yep. There's this park has 8.5 miles of river in it from the beginning until the end, and of course that starts with Grouse Haven Lake, which is the beginning of our 3-hour trip. And then if a lot of people don't like to do the lake portion, so we'll bypass the lake and put them in farther down.
But if they wanted, though, you could put them right into the lake and do it that way. Then.
Absolutely, yeah. And we do, a lot of people out of that 3-hour trip, they really like the lake and the idea of getting out on some sandbars and stuff.
The Rifle provides fair to good brown trout fishing during the spring until about the last week of June, and again from Labor Day until the end of trout season. At these times, spin casting with hardware and streamer fly fishing are productive methods. Well, you may have noticed that a lot of us are wearing sweatshirts or jackets, long sleeve shirts and so forth, but we are here in the middle of summer. As a matter of fact, it's the middle of August, and generally it's quite warm at this time, and as a matter of fact, it's been up in the 90s up until about now, so we got a little bit cooler day, and personally I kind of like it, but I seen Cody just go across the river, and he looked a little cold doing it. So this water, it is a trout stream, it's colder water, and when the temperature goes down even a little bit, getting in the water can be real cold, but good day to be out here, and it doesn't matter whether you're older like me, I almost hate to say that, or one of the young kids that we've got with us today. Everybody can come out here and really enjoy themselves, and as you can see, they're not waiting for us, they're headed down the river. As I mentioned earlier, Big Mike will help you with your accommodations even if you bring your own canoe, as this father and son team did. We pulled up alongside of Brian and Joey Bedra, and you're out of the Detroit area, Lake Orion area?
North side of Detroit, Lake Orion.
Okay, and we got talking with you a little bit and found out that you actually do a lot of trips during the year, and you've spent a lot of time up in Canada running around and so forth. So where have you been?
Well, we've been up in northern Ontario. We spend a lot of time in the UP, basically north of Gaylord, because my mentality always was that you had to go way north to get to pristine areas like this. And of course, I've always heard of the Rifle River, but I never thought an hour and a half north of my house it could be this nice. So we thought for a little getaway this weekend, we just come up here and kind of hang around and do a little canoeing and fishing, and it's been fantastic.
Now, is it your first time then up here?
First time here, yes.
Oh, wow. So this is pretty exciting for you then, too.
Yeah.
Now, how does this compare to some of the places you've been to?
Actually, it's pretty nice, I mean, you know, of course, some of the areas in Canada, we get a lot of whitewater and stuff like that, but for a little weekend getaway with the high price of gas, this is the place.
Oh, no, it's the dangerous duo again.
Going very well, thank you.
There's been no yelling for 5 minutes.
You want to talk to him here? All right, Tom, you want to grab on to him?
So how are you guys doing here? You seem to be camouflaged back in here. You hiding on everybody?
Just staying out of the way.
So how things been going? You guys doing good down the river here?
Having a good day.
All right. Is this your first time on the river?
Here, yes.
Okay. And what do you think of it so far?
Very nice, very quiet.
Big Mike was a great host on this trip. He even prepared a shore lunch for us and had it brought to the halfway point. Well, once again, we just pulled off the river here. We're going to have ourselves a little bit of a shore lunch. And Mike, you packed something up for us.
Sure.
What have you got going?
Oh, we just got some chicken and, you know, a little bit of salad and this and that. Just, you know, get everybody's appetites going. Maybe we can get going a little faster down the river. And, you know.
Oh, it's so nice being out there. You just want to glide along, though. It really has been a gorgeous day out here.
Just need to fuel the fire.
Okay. Now, a lunch like this, most people that come up here, do they like to bring along something with them?
A lot of people do. Yeah, a lot of people do like to come, and you know, they'll find a little spot along the shore, or you know, they'll actually just tie their boats together and hang out right there in the river, and you know, stop at lunch.
Time to move on for the final stretch. Steve, we were talking about coming up here, bringing your families up here, and some of the camping opportunities that they have, but there's also nice motels that you've got in the county here.
Oh yes, it's, you know, from this river right here, we're canoeing down now, the Rifle River. You're talking 10 minutes into Rose City. Rose City's got a couple nice restaurants, and we've got motels, 2 motels in Rose City. And of course, if you want to go on into West Branch, you've got all the hotels and motels in West Branch, plus all the restaurants and everything. So if you want to canoe, but yet not camp out and rough it, yes, we've got the facilities. You can have nice, warm, hot showers and running water and all the good things that, you know, you as a host like to have when you go out.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right. I don't like to admit that all the time, but that is very true. We do like to have a few of the creature comforts when we're out there. And I know a lot of people that are bringing kids up like to have it for the kids too, because it's a little bit easier sometimes.
And that's, I guess, another point we can bring up here about the river here. This river is shallow enough that you can bring the kids along and not have to worry about it, because if you do tip over, you can walk the shore.
Okay.
We're not 12, 15 foot of water here, you know, we're talking 3 foot. So most children can get up and walk the shore if the canoe does tip over. So it's a safety factor.
It is, and that's good. And I know that kids, if they fell in the river, they probably enjoy it. But I'll tell you what, this water's cold.
Yeah, I know. You stuck your hand in it.
You know, we try to be open as early as May. We give the fly fishermen and all the trout fishermen a couple weeks to get off the water and catch a few fish before we start putting people down the river. And then we'll stay open until the end of October. We're trying to open things up a little bit for some winter trips. The winter time with the snowfall, it's really it's a really neat time to go. The ice build on the sides, and it's real quiet in the woods. It's really a nice time to go out and see the outside and be outside when it's cold and wintry.
The trip is coming to an end, and it was time to say goodbye to all our new friends.